Well, YouTubers, I am the Weather Dude. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Thank you all for tuning back in this weather presentation for January 25th, 2020. Hard to believe it's the end of January already. As always, please consider subscribing as well as watching the whole video. And today we're going to be talking about heavy rain slamming two places, the Mid-Atlantic and parts of the Northeast, as well as the Northwestern United States. So we're going to talk about both of those regions today. The Mid-Atlantic first because they're getting hit with some really heavy rain currently. As a matter of fact, here's some live footage. While they're in the live footage, you can really see the heavy rain coming down and the excessive ponding. And this is the reason why we just had a low pressure system. Okay, it's lifting up here, and as it does, that southerly flow and southwesterly flow is kicking in, and even some flow from the air coming off the ocean. And we got some really heavy rain bands actually. One coming through south central, or actually southern Delaware right now, passed through Georgetown not too long ago, making its way towards Ocean City, Maryland, as well as parts of like Rehoboth Beach, Bethany Beach. So if you're heading towards, like if you're at the beaches, the Delaware beaches right now, you want to be really cautious for some heavy rain. That's going to be coming your way soon. But a place like Philly, just about, I don't know, maybe 40 minutes ago, we had some really heavy rain coming down, some oranges and reds on the radar. Not necessarily like a squall line or anything, but still, nonetheless, very heavy rain is overspreading the region currently, and it's causing a lot of travel headaches. So you might be thinking, how much rain are these storms producing in an hour? Generally, the rainfall rates are pretty light. I'll show you some models too. Sometimes, like the National Weather Service might go a little bit under with these kinds of things. But half inch of rain an hour, I guess, with some heavy bands, maybe a quarter of an inch an hour. But I think any little storm can produce more than that. And as far as what we've had so far, well, obviously we're not done yet over here, but towards Baltimore, D.C., we've had nearly 2 inches of rain, 1.5 to 2 inches. So that I actually do believe. And anywhere in that lime green color, you've seen at least an inch of rain so far. Okay, so that's like, York, Pennsylvania, place like, Lancaster, and down Baltimore, D.C., get down to the Chesapeake. It's where we've seen an inch of rain so far, and we're not, really done yet. Alright, so here's a NAM model to kind of illustrate what I'm talking about here. NAM 12CAM to be exact. And you can see really the heavy rain is really going to be coming through. And this is 8 o'clock, and you can see more rain will be advancing through. That was earlier. Now, this is around 11 o'clock. You can see another band of heavy rain. The actual secondary low down here will be pushing through the Mid-Atlantic. And we will have to watch potential storm late next week into the weekend. We'll have to see where that goes. If that make up for the snow deficit across the Mid-Atlantic. But possibly some freezing rain pockets. In the areas that you normally see heavy snow, we got freezing rain pockets. Even Mount Washington, you might have a mix of rain and snow. You think they always get snow. Well, may not be true. Okay, but downwind of the Great Lakes in New York, you could see some snow as well. Okay, but once that's out of here, let's look at the total rainfall here for the NAM 3 or 12CAM. And here's the rainfall we're talking about. I mean, a widespread 1 to 2 inches here, 1.5 inches here for Wilmington, maybe 1.6 for Philly, maybe even 2 inches for northern New Jersey. That's where they're really putting that heavy rainfall, and even up here, although that might be snow. I can't tell if that's snow or rain because in Canada, obviously, you're getting the snow. I love how it's like shaped in almost like a perfect circle. It's like a disc. It's really cool. But yeah, that's let's see, like 1.69, 1.76 up there, coastal Maine. But yeah, it's probably around 2 inches. Might be at least according to this model, the heaviest totals will be in northern New Jersey, where you could pick up 2 inches of rainfall, potentially, additionally. All right, here's an AM3CAM, kind of a more, higher resolution model. And then here's the low pressure. I don't know if the sound of the rain is drowning my voice. And it's really coming down now. A lot heavier than when it was in my footage. But you can see, really, I mean, some snow on the backside is certainly possible across Pittsburgh and Cleveland. And then by Sunday morning, I mean, it's all gone. So this won't be lasting too long. But I mean, it's not like a really fast-moving storm system either. And there's the NAM 3 cam model calling for 2 inches of rain as one of the leaders there for Wilmington, Kennett Square. Okay, that seems to be the leader here. I don't see. We do have like placing that could be some ice too. 2 inches in northern Pennsylvania. So different models. Okay, putting like the heaviest rainfall down here, but there will be some flooding potentially, and it could be hazardous at times. Yeah, I just had to take the time to kind of get some more footage of the rain. You can see like the rain, like the wind is just blowing the rain down the street here. I mean, it's really, really looking heavy. So this is, hopefully I can get a live shot later on as we work through the video of the backyard, because that's where some of the ponding was, where I showed you earlier. But definitely some flooding is certainly possible. You can see just the rain is just blowing across the street. Those drains are going to be filling up. And this is a lot of rain at one time. Okay, a couple inches. You can see it's actually blowing from the west. So that looks really, really interesting. And you can see the pond. Like kind of like a little river it's going down. Because the two hills kind of slope down, so they kind of form like a little waterway. Right there. And then, here's the amazing part. This is all covered in water because of the downslope of that hill. Right there. Truly a lot of rainfall. We continue to look at the GFS model and see a really heavy rain making its way through Delmarva Peninsula. I mean, this was just about an hour ago. But you can see where the heavy rain overlaps that cold air, some really heavy snow could break out, or is breaking out across northern Pennsylvania. But it'll be very brief, very heavy. But look at all this heavy rain. It gets up into Maine. Even northern Maine, you can see some rain. Just to the west, across the mountains, you can see some really heavy snow, where that heavy rain overlaps the cold air. So how much rain are we talking about here for the Mid-Atlantic? According to the GFS model, the highest total looks to be 2 inches just northeast of Philly. Okay, pretty much exactly 2 inches. Yeah, 2.05 inches. Just northeast of Philly, but probably the Delmarva and maybe like southeastern Pennsylvania included in there as well. Could probably see some of the heaviest rainfalls, where I'm seeing the darkest purples in terms of the rainfall totals. So gonna have to watch out for a lot of heavy rain over the next few days. Or not next few days, next few hours. I mean, but there will be opportunities for more snow over the next few days across the Northwest, which I will get at later. Alright, here's the Canadian model. Okay, the GDPS, and there's a little blob of yellow moving right over at 11 o'clock. So more heavy rain we got coming. But they're calling for some ice across northern Pennsylvania as opposed to snow that the GFS was talking about. And then the rain all lifts up and it gets all the way even. Look at central Maine. It's just January and central Maine and northern Maine is getting rain. I mean, I kind of find this a little bit disappointing, but I mean, it's still fun to track nonetheless. So look at the Canadian model. They have some of the highest rainfall totals, maybe the Appalachian chain, as well as just northeast of Baltimore, around Elkton, Maryland, maybe 2.2 inches. But again, the Delmarva probably seen, region-wide. If we're talking about region, the Delmarva would be seeing the heaviest rain. Here's a high-resolution model, okay, and the rain we have coming. And they're calling for 2 inches in Philly, and probably, Delaware and downtown Philly probably seeing the heaviest rainfall according to the high-resolution model. So, either way, we're going to be seeing 1 or 2 inches of rain, to say the very least, and it will be very, heavy rain at times. Even though it's only an inch or two, that could fall in an hour and cause some really, intense flooding issues. And here's a European model's depiction of it. Really heavy band that pushes through, and I mean, you can see where it mixes with that cold air. Parts of New York and Canada can see some really heavy snow and ice, potentially. And it's all out of here by Sunday, especially heading into Monday. Let's see. Yes, total QPF, thank you. And the European model, look at this. So every single model is calling for at least 1.5 inches of rainfall for the Delmarvas part, as well as parts of southeastern Pennsylvania. So either way, okay, we're pretty confident that this could be a potentially heavy rain situation. All right, now I'm going to shift our attention over to the northwest United States. Like I said in the beginning of my video, this will be the other region I'll be talking about with some really heavy rain. Okay, so here comes our storm really coming in the Sunday morning. Let's move that over here. And some, moderate rain. We're not talking about anything too heavy. Okay, with some potentially some snow and that Cascades and the higher elevations, of course. You'll see some heavier snow. And watch as the rain continues to progress to the east, turning into snow as it heads across the Rockies. And we just got the precipitation hangs around. Here comes Tuesday. Okay, we got Tuesday into Wednesday. Another storm system comes in. And then it just all fizzle out by the time you get into the plains. They just fizzle out. Here's another heavy rainstorm system that makes its way on Wednesday afternoon. Okay, this is the GFS model. And that moves its way out. And then look at this. Friday morning, we got another little disturbance. And most of this will be across Washington, northern Oregon, northern Idaho. Not much of it will get to southern Oregon and California. And then look at this, more, and this could be more of a snow event. Yeah, that's right. Because look at this. This batch of precipitation gets here Sunday morning. Of course, the morning is, the coldest time, especially overnight into the morning. So some snow could break out across maybe, Medford, Seattle. And look at this, crash over some really heavy snow there across it's like lower elevations, probably probably at the surface you could even see some snow. And then that is all said and done. So before we look at the total rainfall, I just want to see, because the lower elevations are getting snow, so let's see how much snowfall the GFS is talking about. Let's see over the next 10 days. That probably looks pretty interesting. Let's see, 10 days. Here we go. And look at this. Okay, 78 inches. Oh my goodness, I don't think that's Seattle. Seattle is probably right around here, but maybe an inch potentially. But in those mountainous areas, okay, we're talking about 80, 90 inches of snow because of so much precipitation, storm after storm. Over the next week, we got 60, 70 inches here. Again, here as well, 3 feet, 4 feet. Okay, so any rain that moves on shore, and once it hits those Cascades, man, it just snows and snows. It just won't stop snowing. Okay, now let's the same out of the GFS. Let's look at the total rainfall now over the next. Yeah, let's go to the next couple weeks. Yeah, next couple weeks. Even on the coast, we could see 9 inches of rain potentially. Okay, so where you don't have 4 or 5 feet of snow, you're gonna get 7 to 9 inches of rain. So either it's gonna be a lot of precipitation coming into the northwest over the next week or two. So again, there's that disturbance with the European model. Then we got another one coming in. They don't go quite as heavy on the precipitation, okay, but they're still showing some pretty heavy rain and mountain snow. Okay, but look where they really do it right here. This is over 3 days from now. We got another storm system making its way on shore, and this is Monday night. Okay, and that lasts in through Tuesday afternoon. Maybe another brief disturbance comes in. And then, look at this. 5 days from now, we're talking about next Wednesday night, the 29th, at 8 o'clock. Some more rain, some more heavy rain and mountain snow. Then another storm system comes on Friday morning. Okay, here we go. Sunday, 2 a.m., more rain and snow. So you can see, you can just see it doesn't end. Okay, so it's going to be very dreary, very miserable. Unless you love skiing, of course. And that'll be fine by you. Okay, so here's a 10-day. Now, the European only goes out 10 days, so. But look at this. They actually go higher on the snow than the GFS does. They're calling for 100 inches of snow. Northern Washington, northern central Washington, and the Canadian border of Washington and Canada. So this is absolutely crazy. The Cascades are going to be racking up with snowfall. Okay, the European, they call for a lot more, even though it didn't look like it. And look at this. That's not downtown Seattle. That's the mountainous area, just west of Seattle. But maybe Seattle could get a brief dusting. You never know. Let's look at the rainfall, or at least the precipitation. And look at this. where it doesn't, like I said, where it doesn't snow, you're gonna get 6 to 10 inches of rain probably. Wherever it doesn't snow, if you're like really warm and close to that surface, that's where it gets some of that really heavy rainfall. Okay, so let's look at the GDPS now. I'm actually not gonna look at the NAM because they don't go quite out far enough. I just want to kind of stick to the global models here. So here is Saturday afternoon. Okay, this afternoon, more snow and surface rain. And look at this. Tomorrow at 11 a.m. we got more rain and mountain snow, and then another influence Tuesday morning. And look at this. Again, like I said, next Wednesday night into Thursday morning. We got some really heavy rain coming down now. And even the mountainous areas might get some rain out of this one. This looks a little bit of a warmer system. Okay, this is the 31st, last day of January. Okay, that ends as snow for some people down at the ground. It all depends. And look at this. The Canadian model actually, what it does is it takes the stuff that sinks this way, and it kind of turns it around and sends it up this way. So just watch how that works here. Okay, boom, moves back north. Then that wraps around the next low coming in. I mean, this is the beginning of February now, so the precipitation just won't stop. All right, let's look at the snowfall now for the Canadian model. Okay, 10 days, and look at this, the same exact thing as the GFS pretty much. Near 90 inches of snow, the Cascade Mountains here. But I think the Canadian puts a lot more snow on here, especially closer to the surface. So as you can see, this is going to be a really messy event. And to, put the icing on the cake here, you could just look at the atmospheric moisture. Putting it right here. It just keeps going and going and going and going. According to the GFS. Same thing with the GEM model. Look how it just makes its way on. So, thank you for watching this video. I am DeWeatherDude, signing off. Till next time. See you guys later.